Hi, welcome back to another review on the Mighty Max Doom Zone series. Throughout the centuries, there's been many dark tales of the open sea, and a lot of these stories have made their way into motion picture and pop culture, etc. It's also a compulsory thing that every adventure franchise needs its own aquatic chapter, and Mighty Max has its own one, with the set called the Man-Eater. Yeah. This is the Jaws equivalency of the Doom Zones.
Officially called Mighty Max Caught by the Man-Eater. The exterior is a shark with dark blue skin. It goes all out horror with its design, having bloody teeth and dark soulless eyes. The top's pretty interesting. You see some ropes wrapped around it, and some harpoons impaled. If you were to put it to scale, then this shark is the size of a giant whale. Or you could say it's a megalodon. As we open it up, we can see that the shark's body is a submarine. The internal is very dark blue and gloomy, giving it this very claustrophobic feel. When we open up the submarine hatchet, we see our characters. We have Max, our saviour. This time he carries a lantern. We have our villain, Dr. Calamaris. He's a part human, part blue squid. Originally a human scientist, but somehow he developed a curse, and it made him what he is. He's the captain of the vessel, and he spends his days raiding the seven seas, robbing from other ships, and stealing gold from shipwrecks. His design's pretty flash. He has this yellow robe which makes him look pretty bright, probably making him the brightest looking character on the set. And he carries a pitchfork, much like Aquaman or Poseidon. Then we have his minions, the attack squids. These squids are made out of nice flexible rubber. They got purple tentacles, and a greyish top which work as fins for the actual submarine. Now the bottom floor is where the engine's at. The gums of the giant shark are used to hold the control panel. In front of the controls we have the cannon. There's some nice details of a few pipelines that connect to the control panel. Behind the controls is a treasure chest, some gold, and over here is an ancient cannon. I believe that's the engine. And we have a random sea clam. The submarine hatch has a simple tech design. You got some painted wires, and you have a sticker indicating a pump tank. The upper section is pretty minimal, but it does have some interesting details. In regards to those harpoons that were impaled on the outside, you can see that the blades have made their way through. Now that's what you call good continuity. And it's a compulsory thing with all these Doom Zones that they need a dead carcass. And over here we have one. Probably the body of an unfortunate fisherman or sailor. It appears that half his body is missing. I also have to make note that there's some nice gruesome design on the shark's gums. Yeah, looks pretty cool. Now as for this fin, you push it out, and you open it up, and what we see is a cybernetic manta ray. It's called the Electro Manta. It's an escape pod for the submarine, which Max can stand on. Now this Electro Manta, along with the attack squids, all play a part in the actual comic strip. Starts off with Calamaris giving a lot of exposition speech about him being cursed and how the seven seas are not safe from him and how he wants to reap vengeance. Max arrives in the portal and encounters Calamaris. Calamaris attempts to take out the Mighty One. He unloads his killer squids, which Max avoids. Calamaris then unloads the Electro Manta, which Max avoids again. Calamaris is running out of ideas, so he uses his pitchfork and ditches it into Max. Max avoids it, and the pitchfork hits the ship's cannon. And yep, this is not good for Calamaris, because this pretty much explodes his submarine. And Max gets away on the Electromanta. And in the background you see that Calamaris and his submarine is sinking into the waters. Yeah. Simple, but a fun read. Anyway, this set inspired one of the cartoon episodes. Less than 20,000 squid heads under the sea. It's a very long title. Anyway, the plot in this episode is Max and his two companions, Norman and Virgil, they have to investigate some shipwrecks by the Atlantic. They join forces with an oil tycoon by the name of Ollie, and with Ollie's submarine they locate the sunken ships. Unfortunately, they encounter the giant monster squid, and this giant squid chases them through the sea trench. During the chase, Max and the crew end up in an ancient underwater city occupied by part human, part squid creatures. Not the best episode, but it does have its moments and is a fun watch. As for the closure, we fold the Electromanta and clip it back in place. We lift the submarine hatch up. Dr. Calamari stands over here by the controls. And then we place the squids on the sides on these rocks. Just make sure the fins are pointing the right way. And Max stands over here. And then we close the jaws. Yeah.
When it comes to the horror factor, its external's definitely a 10 out of 10. It's a nice design on the teeth and those dark soulless eyes. Anyway, doing this review is kind of exhausting, so I'm going to get started on my fish and chips now. Hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll see you on the next one.